Hello and welcome to another Brett Plays Flight and Review. Today we're looking at the ALBATROS D.III O.A.W from Microsoft Flight Sim 2020. This is a Flightlevel24 published and created design. It came out on the 2nd of April 2025. I am checking out version 1.0. Now, the D3 was a evolution of an early Albatros D series, combining speed, maneuverability, and firepower. It featured a streamlined wooden monocoque fuselage. It was powered by a Mercedes D3 engine, armed with twin synchronized 7.92mm Spandau, I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that correct, machine guns, and provided pilots with superior offensive capability. Just reading what the site actually says. Many legendary German aces, including Manfred von Richthofen, the Red Baron, achieved great success flying the ALBATROS D.III. The performance gradually became outclassed and new Allied aircraft introduced, but it remained in a frontline service well into 1918. ALBATROS D.III, elegance, design, and historical significance make it one of the most celebrated fighters of Great War, and we're proud to present it to Microsoft Flight Sim. So we have three liveries. I've got this green brown one. There is a red and white striped version as well, and also one that is Swiss Air Force, mostly yellow with some different green and blue top wing and parts on the aircraft. We'll shove those pictures in here. So the digital twin was developed including real pilot, and after many hours of creation and testing, our mission is to provide a high fidelity experience to this biplane. It features native Microsoft 2020 aircraft, no conversions, unique and realistic systems including accurate anemometer airspeed indicator, which I think is that thing on the wing, isn't it? Yeah, there. Ooh, went in a little too fast there. Extensive 3D modelling, including a detailed under hood with Microsoft Flight Sim native materials and PBR textures, 4K textures, custom sound packs, many custom visual effects, a lot of dynamic animation, including engine vibration, wind effect, ribbon, which you can see hanging off the other side there. Fully functional guns. I've yet to work out what button I can press where I don't have to actually use the mouse inside the cabin. Hopefully the developer can eventually tell me what that is so I can bind them, because this is going to be a lot of fun. Accurate CFD model, engine modeling, and performance analysis using real world data. So I do like, you can see the wood texture of this, and I do like the model itself. Very good. We have our radiator up the top there, and our engine is partly open. But when we go through the checklist, because I'm going to do a full detailed review of this or checkout, we will see that you can actually open up the engine cowling and have a look inside. I've yet to work out all the button stuff. I'm also going to compare this in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 for those who want to bring it over. We'll put that near the end of the video. Yes, it does work. I'm having trouble cold starting it though, but as you'll see in this, I still have trouble cold starting it because you've got to do the full follow the list. Alright, so hopefully none of this is in state saving. No, this is not how I left it. Alright, so what we'll do, we'll have a look through the checklist. I do like this though. You got your leather material here, you got your worn edges on the side where they've sanded here to make it smooth. It's not like all just straight texture, nice and clean. It looks like it's actually been used. I do like that. We do have new flight gear here though. This is all nice and clean. No foot marks and stuff have been on there. Alright, so let's do it. Let's get this thing started. We'll go for a fly around and land again. Pre-flight checks. Alright, weight and balance are verified. I've jumped in with half fuel, so that's just the way it's going to be. There's nothing there to look at, so we've got tick engine covers open. If we click on this bit here at mount or remove engine covers, there we go. So if we were to go and check the engine, so tick that, check engine, we can go outside and take a look at this Mercedes engine, which we do have a plaque for there as well. I don't speak or read German, but very cool. And the other side of the aircraft, look at the wooden frame, look at that. That's the way they used to be, isn't it? Yeah. I like how this has got that little bit of that wear around the edges. It's not 100% pristine. Very cool. So check engine covers close. Click that again. Check airframe checked. We did. Hello. I just modified my air cooler, air radiator. So check chocks removed. I'm actually going to leave those chocks. Pull your park brake off, the chocks go off. Put your park brake on, they come back on. I'm going to leave them there, and I'll tell you why when we get started. Because once I remove them, especially with quarter of our throttle up, we will move forward. Alright, so we can gun breech blocker lever. Got 100 rounds in there now. Got 100 rounds in there now. Guns inspection. Are we going to shoot anything if we propel it straight up? Do you know what? I'm going to do it anyway. So, yep, I see the flame come out. So actually, every time I do that, I'm actually loading even more rounds. That's pretty cool. So it's about 100 rounds each side. Yep, there we go. So we can... I like that. I just need to work out what button to program in my controls so that I can press both of those. And I looked in the folder for this particular aircraft. There is a manual in here, but in the it's actually a handbook. Come and have a quick look at this. So the ALBATROS D.III handbook. Solid intended as a guide. Yep. System requirements. How much space there's. The red and white livery there. Having a look around. Installation. And what's in the cockpit. What we're actually pressing now. And mixer start. But I haven't seen what to press with this actually starting up. And then copyright. That's all we got for that particular thing. So guns inspectors is yes. Interior is checked. Yes. FL24 is the developer, so there's a little handbook there. Can't press anything, but you can see that pull push for engine start is where you actually pull the prop. So I'm going to say yes. What we'll do though here though is flight controls. So left, right, back, forth, rudders. Yep, thank you. Same outside. Okay, I've got my building in the way here. We don't want that. There we go. Cool. Alright, flight is check. Magneto to 2. We want both magnetos all the way on. Rollerball mouse will do that. Mixture forward. My mixture is already forward. I already set that up on my controls. Throttle handle to halfway. So there are 2 throttles here. So if we go throttle handle, this little guy here, or this auxiliary handle up there. So if we want to go quarter of the way, hang on, yep, quarter of the way, I'm going to tick that. My controls jumping around there with the thing. So we want the manometer knob to iron. Looks like my trim is moving or something. See if I can fix that. Yeah, it's leaning over just a fraction. Won't worry about that for now. We'll be fine when we get going. Pressure source knob to bide iron. Again, these are rollerball mouse. Hang on, what's going on there? There we go. Pressure destination knob to haptic tank. Rollerball mouse does that as well. Pressure emergency knob to Druck benzene, which is this one down here. So you can see that there is a thing to turn around there. Pops up on the screen. Pressure pump handle to prime. This is my prime here. I've noticed this one in 2024 goes really fast, but in 2020 sim it's actually quite slow. You can see up the top here the pressure is coming up when I raise this. So it's not actually going up and down. If I go down, it actually puts the pressure back down. Yeah, so we'll go up. So I don't know whether that's meant to be pumping up and down, but I can rollerball it on the mouse, or I can hold down the left mouse depending on which way that arrow faces. You can see facing around to the right side, facing around to the left side. Alright, so let's go yes. Positive pressure verified. Yep, that's up there. Okay, engine compressor lever to the right. It is on the right side, that's correct. Propeller crank 2 times, so we will crank. That's 1. 2. Okay. Engine compressor lever to the left side. And crank propeller 2 times. 1 time. 2 times. Alright, igniter handle wind up. We've got this little igniter handle down here. Now this goes both ways. So when it says wind up, I actually don't know how far we're supposed to wind that up. So I'm going to go around 3 times. That was about 3 times. Propeller, engine, propeller, crank. So it wants me to propeller crank. There we go, we cranked it once. And then propeller and igniter crank wind up. So that's together. Alright, so we will do that and do this. There we go. Alright, got it. And then the engine shutdown is the throttle back, mixture back, magneto to 0, and then undo all of those gauges back to where they are and place the chocks. Well, I'm going to place the chocks probably first, but we won't worry about that for now. Do have a great little chug chug sound going on here. Chocks are on. I'm actually going to run this back down to 0 throttle. If we didn't have the chocks on, we would actually have found ourselves over in that pole over there in no time. Sounds like we have another aircraft here ready for takeoff. Alright. So we can do our guns. They do actually run out. So when you get down to 0, you do have to redo the gun breech. And it will reload in another level. Alright, so these aircraft, in my opinion, for what little knowledge I do have, don't have real world brakes. But when we take off the chocks and we start moving forward, we shouldn't have brakes or steering. But if we use, say, right brake, let's get this down here, we can actually, in this particular instance, in the sim, it does allow you to turn left and right. So I do have some sort of steering while on the ground, and I think that's actually probably a luxury that is not afforded in real life. I mean, technically you'd probably be taking off on grass fields and you have a crew that points you in the right direction back in the day. Alright, windsock's almost non-existent. I'm going to do a cheeky thing and try and take off just off the exit end of this area here. So we'll poke ourselves down there and do a run up. Do need to use those left and right brakes to turn. Once you do get going though, like with a little more, see my rudder's turning, but it's not going to turn because we've only got a skid on the back. But if I line it up right by using my right side brake, I'll get the tail in the air. Now I've got it. Alright, there we go. So now we can actually steer quite well. Just got to watch the side wind. That's about 50% throttle. And we're up. What are we about? 11,000? Is it 11,000? 1100 RPM? Yeah, probably 1100 RPM. So you can actually accelerate that a lot. There's our ribbon. There we go. Now when you look to your left and right, it does seem to stay looking to the left and right. Let's see our speed over there. A bit harder to see. And I'm guessing that's our barrow to let me know what altitude I'm at. What do you think? So apparently she's got about a 5,000 meter limit for altitude. So while we're up here, we have a couple other things to keep the aircraft cool, but I don't seem to have the gauges for it. Is that my gauges there? Is that my temperature? It might be. I don't think that's my fuel. Well, actually, it might be. Wait, hang on. I'll go down here. I think that's my fuel down there, isn't it? Let's have a look. So we do have a close-in view here. Let's try not to crash at the same time. Actually, it probably is that's my radiator temperature because it's on the radiator. That's my oil radiator up there. So, turning this handle, we can use the mouse and just go nice and slowly there. That'll push the wind up into the radiator. So what it'll do is capture the wind there and push it up into it. And if we were to look up the top here, you can see that's where it would exhaust out. So we'll give this a bit of a throw around, and you know what, let's see if we can actually increase that temperature. You can see it straight away climbing. Not really by a lot. So trim does work, even though, where is my trim in here? I don't know. I think there's some leeways given by the developer to make it a bit more enjoyable in the sim. I do have a trim, so I can up and down with my trim, but I don't see a trim in here. Just bring it right back, and I'll actually close that oil cooler. Very slow, or I can use the rolly ball probably. Yeah, a little faster. There we go. You know what? I think we're actually sitting pretty good on the temperature, probably because it's not very hot here anyway. All right, let's give this a bit of a throw around. See what we can do. Can't fire the guns outside because I don't know what the button is. So. Alright, got the drop. And we are going to crash with that because somebody didn't climb high enough. So your turnover is very slow. I'm definitely going to pull that back in. Otherwise I would just would have crashed into the ground. But look at my speed to max. Let's try that a little higher then. Speed's dropping. The wing wants to drop. See what the ribbon does when we go up higher. Maybe this is enough now to pull out. And we're over. Didn't see the ribbon drop there. Speeds increased to maximum. Yeah. Look, it's a bit of fun. Alright, I don't think I'm missing anything else. We do have water cooler as well. So, before we go and land, let's see what that does. So, our temperature is sitting about 70 degrees. We have a water valve, so that we can actually open. That's with a rollerball mouse, or depending on which way you've got that arrow pointing, hold down the mouse button. So water valve. I don't think that's actually dropped it anything up there. Go ahead and take this back down and land and get ourselves to park. The pilot that I'm using is just a Got Friends Manoeuvre pack, not the one that comes with this particular aircraft, but it is quite well suited. Probably more World War II pilot, but just be aware you're not going to have the same pilot. We should be able to do a nice short landing here. And straight back in on the airport or runway that we took off on. But the wind was fairly non-existent, so we'll give it a go. So you can pick up this aircraft on simmarket.com. As I said, released beginning of April, about 10 days ago. $79 feet per minute. I don't mind that. That'll do. I did a 53 on my first test one. Now we do have the ability to use brakes. Go fast enough when I can, whoa, run into the sign, and it's just a scratch. It'll buff out. Actually, this will be all wood and material, so maybe not. And somebody's doing some flips around there. Alright, a bit of brakes to turn. Let's get ourselves in here near the museum aircraft. Alright. So to shut it down, as the checklist said, would be to throttle back, mixture handle back. Let's get inside so you can see this happening. Done. Fine. Shut down. Alright, so that'll be a tick. Magnetos to 0. Rollerball does that. Manometer knob to os. Alright, gotta work out how to do that. There we go. Pressure source knob to bind os. Other way around. And pressure destination knob to os as well. Up to, and the last one to the same. Is os off in German? I wonder. Chokes placed. Chocks placed. I think I did that straight away, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Alright, and check. That's it for the checklist. So what I'll do is go and have a quick look in at 2024. Let's put ourselves in the same airport. I might actually put it in the same place as this, but I will jump to the Swiss livery. So you've seen the red and white one. You've seen this green and brown one in German. We'll go and jump into the Swiss one. We'll be right back. Alright, welcome back to Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 version now. So this is the Swiss version. As you can see, I haven't pressed ready to fly yet. We do have this yellow and I guess mottled yellow blue, kind of looks like a maroon color. And we have a default pilot sitting in here. So this is the 2020 pilot that comes over in Microsoft Flight Sim 2020. But the aircraft itself looks absolutely brilliant. The sim obviously helps make it look really good. I don't think it's going to be too much different to the 2020 version. Got this speckled wing camo, and we've got the cross on it, but it's apparently supposed to be Swiss. Now we'll jump inside. Alright, so having a look at the checklist in 2024, we'll go very quickly or very briefly because I want to show you what you have in here. So aircraft checklist, we have the same pre-flight. We also have the ability to open the engine covers, so you can see there, same as we had before. Now we'll close that, but for the engine start, the magnetos, the arrows do actually work, so it's actually pretty good if you want to put it in. What I have trouble though is, so mixture is a 4. I have trouble with the pressure, so we'll try and do a quick start here. So we want these in ein, Tank, Bein ein, and Druck Benzin. So there, Bein ein, and yep. Okay, pressure pump prime. Now, see, watch this. Let's see if we can get this to work. I might be able to do it now, but this seems to come up really fast. Ooh, hello. Ah, right, leave it there. Okay. Positive pressure verified. Engine compressor right side. It is on the right side. Yes, it is. Crank 2 times. 1. It's down there. 2. Done. Left side. 1. So essentially I'm repeating everything I did in 2020. 2. Left side, crank 1 and 2, ignition, wind up. Here it is here. Oh, it goes really quick. So if I move my mouse across the screen, it goes around like that. So yes, propeller crank. Okay, crank. All right, and then crank and wind up. So we'll press that there and go there. This is where it would normally start. Not sure how long I'm supposed to do this for. So this is where I get stuck in the 2024 version. I can't seem to get it to start up. What about winding backwards? It wants to go around, but it doesn't want to start. So 2024, I'm not sure if we can cold, dark and start it. But let's give it a quick go on an active runway. Alright, jumping ourselves back into an active runway. Obviously the radio set up to go. It is already running. You can use it in 2024, but you do need to remember this was made for 2020 sim, not necessarily 2024. But if you're happy not doing the cold and dark, or if I did miss something, definitely put a comment down below and let me know. Let's have a look in 2024 sim. Let's see how this goes. Tails up. Probably actually pull up right there. Look at that. Hardly any effort to get into the air there. We do have the ability to use the guns as well. So it says we have 0 rounds. Click, click, nothing happens. Shock, shock. Yeah, we might have to. Ooh, it's not going to load. Am I supposed to load those first? Haha, I was able to use it before, but now I can't. I might have to load those before we fly, is it? Yeah. Okay, maybe I have to do it on the ground. That would make sense. Put the rounds in first. So I was able to do it when I was on the ground trying to start it before. But yeah, so you can use it in 2024 sim. It does seem to work the same way. Let's just do a little bit of a oh my god moment. Listen to the creak. It's a bit of fun to throw around. And then I'll land it. I'd like to say thank you very much if you've made it this far into the video. I know it's a long video, but I went through everything in as much detail as I think I could show. Just can't get it to start cold and dark, so I may be missing something in the 2024 sim. But again, it's made for 2020. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all the rest. I'll be back with some other aircraft reviews in the near future. Or come and join me on a stream. Once we work out how to do the gun shooting thing, I may actually start using it. Thanks for watching. Cheers. Bye.